Welcome back everybody, and it's been a while since we've done a tier list video. I think the last one was during the build strike and death side. It wasn't too long ago, but it feels long ago. Uh, just to clarify before I start this, since some people in my comments don't really know what sarcasm means, but when I put definitive in the title, that's just clickbait. So it looks good for the algorithm and all that, but there's just my own experience, my own opinions and all that. You can call me a dumb poo poo face, especially the Zeta lovers. You know who you are. Don't worry, I think I did him good enough in this tier list. Last time I put him in 10. I have moved some stuff around compared to last year. Not much has changed since then, only like 2 new UR units. It's just a full UR tier list, nothing else, no alts and all that, so it won't be too different from last time. If you want a full explanation on the past units I talked about, you can watch the last tier list video. I don't want to lose my voice again, so I'll just give quick examples on why they're there. I am basing this off PvE, story missions, Eternal Road, the harder content, fierce enemy assault, event, whatever you want to call it. I am basing it off that, and I am basing it off the current hardest difficulty events and all that. So if you're wondering why isn't Zeta number 1? Because Zeta isn't being used a lot, and not a lot of people have him at the moment, let's be honest. The people that have him rolled for him, but the people that don't have him don't have him. And like I said, the content right now, he can't even be run like on Char's counterattack or See Destiny and all that. So I am focusing on the more harder content and all that. He's still usable and whatnot, but I am focusing on the newer content, not the older content. Not to say that I'm not focusing on the older content. I'm still focusing on it, but it won't be the main selling point, if you know what I mean. But like I said, my own experience, my own opinions and all that. Let me know your opinion. Be constructive. Don't just say LOL cat emoji, this guy tripping, like that one guy did in my comments. So alright, without further ado, let's get started. Same spot, Death Scythe. Quick summary, he has an identity crisis, doesn't know what he wants to be, very niche team. He's a defender that wants to be an attacker. He doesn't do that well either, attacking. You might as well just run an attacker at that point. He only has one defender chance, so but hey, he has mobility chance to dodge if he dodges. Woo, very nice. Yeah, very weird unit, very gimmicky. Fun unit to use, but very gimmicky. I don't know if I wouldn't exactly call him meta at all, and he's not really runnable in most stages, so I'd put him on the bottom until he gets some help, or he actually has a hiccup focus, an actual team focused around him. Number 23 is Gundam. Honestly, I think I should move him higher just because the new Eternal Road will be Mobile Suit Gundam. But this guy has definitely shown his age. He only has one. I am also counting pilots as well, so don't forget that. He only has one defender chance. He's incredibly tanky, but he can be catched, and when he gets catched, he can't really do anything. He's very basic. He doesn't do damage. His tanking is good, but there are better options, way better options, and like I said, he only has one dodge chance. Also, his range is decent, but not the greatest. He's solid if you need a good defender for Mobile Suit Gundam or any UC, but there are better options. 22 is Build Strike. He reduces physical damage on the enemy, I believe. We're not really there yet. It's still the same story. We only got in 2 new URs. He's still basically the same. His range is decent, but there are better options. His pilot is kind of doo-doo. But maybe one day he'll get there, but for now, not really. Phoenix Gundam is 21. You could honestly put him a little bit higher just because a lot of the new units, free-to-play units and new units, use special weapons. I think he reduces special, I believe, or was it physical? Let me double check real quick. Where is he? He reduces physical, yeah. Now I remember why I put him here. He's basically just the build strike, but slightly better. He can also be run on UC and alternative, one of the only units that can do that. Very fun gimmick, but like I said, I feel like physical weapons just aren't really there yet, so down here for now. Maybe he'll be better in the future. 20 is the unicorn. He hits really hard, but there are better units that do it. Zeta. His pilot is good. The pilot is more better than the unit. I feel like his range really holds him back and all that. His AI can't even use him right either. He goes for the beam magnum. He's a melee suit, but I don't know. Very it's definitely showing his age, that's for sure. There are way better options now, but he was really good in the beginning of the game, but now he's just kind of the other option if you're running out of options. Still very solid, can still hit very hard, but that's kind of basically it. Decent survivability, but he is very squishy sometimes, so there is that. 19 is the crossbone. Can hit really hard as well. He's also on pretty good teams like Tough as Nails. Unfortunately, he does rely on critical. Apparently that's not a problem for anybody else. For me, it kind of is, just because my luck is so shat. So 40% critical with the pilot and all that. Good attack if he lands it, but if he doesn't, he's just kind of there, not really doing heavy numbers. His range is also kind of a problem, just like the unicorns, but he can hit pretty hard when he lands that crit. So that's the crossbone. 18 is the O. Really good. He reduces a beam, I believe, by 35% at max. That's really good since most units use beam. His range is a little bit meh. His suit doesn't really excel at anything, doesn't excel at defending or attacking. He's just kind of there. He can do good numbers, but his range, like I said, is pretty meh. He's solid. His pilot is more better than the unit in my opinion. So if you do get it, the pilot is more better than the unit. I feel like it just falls short compared to some of the other units like the Xi'an, but he is still a very good buffer for beam defense. So for the not as hard PvE missions, he'll be good, but for harder missions, I feel like he'll be caught pretty hard. 17 is the Justice. Really good defender, really tanky, does 0 damage even with a fully boosted ship. I put him on the one-shot killer on my JP account. He does no damage, and I get it, he's not there to damage, but like, come on man, you can't even take on the mobs. Other defenders can do that. It's really weird how you can really just do no damage even with boosted ship and all that. Mine is at 0 dupe though, so take that how you will. I am comparing most of these units at 0 dupes. I ain't no well, that's for sure, but really solid tank. Unfortunately, he only has 1 defense chance, while most other meta defenders have 2. Still really good unit, but like I said, he can only defend once, and you know, he don't do any damage, but he's a really good tank. He also has a really good heal ability as well if you need it, so he's really good, but like I said, he does no damage, and he's just kind of there, I guess, to take 1 hit, and that's basically it if the AI decides to aim on him. 16 is the GPL2. You could put this a little bit higher if you want, but its only gimmick is the map attack. It loves the map attack. Who doesn't love map attacks? But his is probably the best in the game, undeniably so. It's really good for clearing mobs, and it's really good for that one Eternal Road mission. I think it was Rivals. He's pretty much a main staple there. He'll make your life a lot more easier. Really, other than that, his pilot is probably one of the worst pilots I've ever seen in the game. Full energy saving, even though I have never run out of energy once with this guy, but it's there, I guess, if you must use it. His pilot has really good stats though, but like I said, his abilities really hold him back. Map attack is insanely good, but other than that, he's just kind of lackluster after you use it. 15 is narrative. Yeah, I know it sucks, but the pilot is one of the best pilots in the game, Jonah. The only reason he's this low is because the suit really holds back the pilot. The pilot is more and better than the suit in every single way. You're going to use Jonah on different suits, not even on the narrative most of the time, so yeah, pilot is amazing, suit is really lackluster, and the terrain is also pretty bad. 14 is Barbados Mikazuki. It's pretty much the same story, just slightly better. He does better numbers. Not that it's that important for a defender. His pilot has double chance step, defense chance, as well as Jonah, which makes him PvP meta, even PvE meta as well, if you really want to count that. They're insanely good, the pilots. You need at least one. The new Low Fleming is basically going to be the same as these two guys, so yeah, he's probably going to be meta, but their pilots are what makes them meta, not really the units. But the Barbados is solid, not the greatest, but it is solid. It does more damage in the narrative, and I don't think it tanks better. Narrative does, but like I said, terrain and all that. So that is a Barbados. 13 is a striker. Really good damage, really good damage, really good for the UC series Eternal Road, but I feel like it just really falls short compared to the newer attackers. It had its time to shine. It was definitely a very good unit. It still is, but especially the pilot has sway and all that, but I feel like there are just better options now. He's still good, his range is pretty meh, but he is still very good, don't get it wrong, but there are just better. You know, that's basically most of the attackers here. They are good, but there are better units. 12 is the Charzaku 2. At first glance when this thing came out, I thought it was going to be number 1, but I don't know, it feels very squishy. It feels like it's not doing enough damage, even though when you read its kit and all that, it seems like amazing. I think it has like a 95 damage up bonus in total with like everything, when you count everything. Could be wrong about that, it's been a while, but it is definitely high. But I don't know, he feels very squishy. Even in PvP, when people use him, he doesn't do anything. Even in PvE, he's good for like one Eternal Road mission. You could say he's good in the Pro Tag one as well, since he technically counts to the Pro Tag, but it's not like he's completely needed there. Still very good, can still do good damage if you have dupes on him, but I don't know, 0 dupes and all that, he seems okay, but he's not going to out damage the striker. The only reason I put him above him is because he has better range and better pilot skills. I think the pilot skills are mostly the same, but the pilot skills are like amazing. I think it's like attack burst and sway and all that. But yeah, he is here. You could put the striker here if you want. They're around the same level in my opinion, but I like his range a little bit more. And 11 is the Exia. Oh, my king, you've fallen so far. I feel like in early game he was amazing. He wouldn't get damaged, but now that 4,000 damage taken, if it's lower than 4,000 it does 0, is kind of completely useless now. It's basically a wasted ability. Very good for early game, but not so much in late game, that's for sure. It's basically a wasted ability. GM barrier, I believe that's what it's called. He can still do good damage, but same old story. There are other attackers that just do his job way better. His pilot is godlike, Setsuna. He does better, probably without the Exia now. There's better option. But if you have this guy like more than one duped, I can still see him doing numbers. But I don't know, at 0 dupes or lower, I feel like he's, like I said, kind of just showing his age now. He's not as good, but his pilot is amazing. His pilot's still completely runnable. Double chance step, amazing pilot, but the suit is a little bit lackluster at this point. He can still do good numbers and all that, but there are just better options. Easy 8 still does incredible damage, still amazing for PvE, Eternal Road, Pro Tag and all that. Can still do insane damage. His EX attack, if you have him more than one dupe, he'll do amazing. His damage is just overall amazing. PvP, he's usually somewhere around, since, you know, he's always like in those tags. He does really good, really high damage. This is all that guy, this guy basically is, just high damage. Really good unit, still very solid. Also in the premium banner like the Exia and the Striker, so it's easier to get dupes, and you're going to see his damage, that's for damn sure. He can almost solo Eternal Road 1 if you have him like fully duped and all. He is insanely good for those missions and pro tag. But I feel like the other attackers on the list just have the higher attackers on the list have more variety and more impact on the missions at the moment. He's probably going to be good later in the Mobile Suit Gundam Eternal Road. He's going to be a god again, maybe, possibly, but we shall see. 9 is Lucian. I have moved it down a little bit just because its damage and all that, its versatility and all that is pretty meh. The only good thing I can give it is its EX attack, where it reduces enemy defense by 35% and has 5 range. The pilot is also pretty decent with her MP up, but these other units for the current meta of missions and all that, Lucian isn't really runnable. It's still insanely good, don't get me wrong. It has survivability, but I feel like these other units will be slightly better for the current meta at the moment, current enemies and missions and all that. Still really good, and you could put it higher if you wanted to because of its base defense 35%. I always love that skill, don't get me wrong. I would put it higher. In my other list I think it was like 5, but now with the current missions and all that, I think it's a little bit below. Maybe it'll be a little bit higher in due time, but we shall see. 8 is the Freedom. Moved it down a little bit too. Missions right now don't really require it. It can be ran on Sea Destiny story missions too, so if you haven't done it, there's that. Really good map clearer, really good auto clearer. That's pretty much what he excels at. His map attack is really good. He's really versatile. He can tank a hit decently well. He can do damage decently well. He never excels at everything, but he's not bad at anything either. His range is 4, unlike the other supports, which are usually 5. But it doesn't really hold him back from what I see. His pilot is also pretty decent, but you can see that his skills are a little bit dated. The only reason he's still keeping up the Kira pilot is because Sway, always a good skill. But yeah, I feel like the suit is still incredibly good, incredibly solid, still good for autoing. But I feel like these other units, like it's basically this what I said with the Xion. Current missions, he's not that runnable. He's still insanely good though. Like I said, you could put him higher, but for me, I haven't really been using him as much because the other missions are kind of, you know, more priority, I guess. The newer missions, I mean. Oops, a little bit of a spoiler. Number 7 is New Gundam. New Gundam you could maybe put a little bit higher. He's insane. He's going to be really good for the Charge Counterattack Eternal Road, which in my opinion is probably the hardest Eternal Road at the moment. The Mobile Suit Gundam one might be even harder. I feel like that's kind of, is it just me, or like the new Eternal Roads just way more harder than the beginning Eternal Roads? I don't know. It feels like they just get amped up even higher and higher. But I feel like this guy will be insanely good for the Charge Counterattack one, since you can only use Charge Counterattack. And even the free pilots as well, you can use any other like alternative UR pilots and all that. So this guy's pilot as well is going to be insanely good there. His pilot is just insanely good overall. Attack burst, range up, armor, even outside of the Eternal Road missions and all that, he's still insanely good. This guy is probably the High Noon's best friend. He reduces special weapon damage, defense, whatever, by 35%. You pair him up with the High Noon, they're going to do really amazing work together, and with the Salzabi as well. They're a really good team, and this guy really is the cream of the crop. He really supports them. Number 6 is Suleta. Honestly, I think I might put the New Gundam there. Actually, yeah, I'll put the New Gundam there. I feel like New Gundam is just a lot more useful with these missions. But don't get it wrong, Aerial is still insanely good. 5 range. Actually, I feel like the base defense is just a little bit more important than the New Gundam. Nah, but the missions right now are mostly focused on Charge Counterattack, the newer content. So honestly, you could put the Aerial a little bit higher or lower if you wanted. I really like it because of its base defense nerf. That is always useful, always nice to have. Amazing range, amazing pilot skills. But like I said, I haven't really been running this at the moment just because it's mostly UC series focused at the moment. But still an incredibly good support, really good stats, really good abilities, really good attacks. What more is there to say? And really good debuff. Basically the Xion, but it can actually do damage. So Xion can do decent damage, but it won't out damage the aerial, at least from my experience. Alright, the controversial one, Zeta. I know, it should be number 1 because they do big damage, but I just don't think that's the most important thing at the moment. Hell, it can't even be run in like the more harder it can be run in Pro Tag and UC series, but the current missions at the moment, I just think it's not going to help as much. I only put it at number 5 because I do recognize that it can hit really hard, and you know, I guess everyone is landing that 50% critical hit rate up. Never me though, never me. Jokes aside, I do realize it is a good unit. I put it at 10 on the last tier list, and I got a lot of flack for that. It was mostly that, the comments, just, you know, me doing the Zeta dirty. And alright, I did it a bit dirty, I will admit. I will take account for that. But, you know, I just think with only one chance step, I don't think it's that versatile. It can do good damage, but after it's done, it's just kind of done. It can heal itself, but only once, so you kind of got to prioritize which is more important if he gets caught, critical rate up or the health up. Like I said, I prefer versatility more than just big damage go boom. I would only, like I said, I recognize he is a good unit, a really good unit, but I don't know, the crit rate up I don't like, the one chance step for an attacker I don't like. Like I said, can do big damage and people really like that, but I just think there's more important stuff. It's still an incredibly good unit, don't get me wrong, but like I said, it can be run in most harder content at the moment, like charge counterattack and all that, and rivals and all that. He's still incredibly good, but I think he's going to age out, probably because all these attackers are getting all these amazing skills like the Hainu. I like to be proven wrong though. Like I said, I'm trying to cover my ass here at the moment just because, I don't know, a lot of people like really love this unit, the Cult of Zeta. I recognize he's good, but he's not number 1. You are out of your mind if you think this guy's number 1, even if he do big doom damage at 0 dupes as well. And we'll talk about that with number 2. Number 4 is the Impulse. This guy's amazing. What more is there to say? He's basically the Aerial, but slightly better. Shin is an amazing pilot. He also has a basically auto regen when he gets lower than 50% health if he gets caught. Really good pilot skills. Really good range. His range is 5 for his EX attack. Mulala, very nice. He also has the base defense nerf like the Aerial, and the missions at the moment are focusing on, you know, see Destiny, at least the story missions. You can also run him on Pro Tag and all that. Pro Tag Eternal Road and Alternative Series and the Seed Series Eternal Road. I think he can be run on that, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe he can. If someone wants to reaffirm that in the comments, you know, by all means. But yeah, he's incredibly good, really solid, probably one of the best supports I've seen, and he's not even limited. So maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe you can put him lower, maybe you can put him high if you really want to, but I think his range is incredible. His pilot skills are incredible. Really good all-rounder unit, and he's just really cool as well, you know. He's just a really cool unit. But you know, you could put the Zeta over him if you wanted to. Oh man, you Zeta guys, you crack me up sometimes. And number 3 is the Salzabi. I know Zeta should be number 3 or higher. Salzabi is an amazing unit. I put him at 9 last time, but I feel like I did him a little bit dirty. This guy is like the jack of all trades. He's super runnable. He's amazing. Like, His range is amazing. His funnel attack is amazing. He's not out damaging the Zeta. I know. But his versatility is amazing. Double chance step. His pilot has attack burst, range up, energy save. Like, he has everything he needs to make the Salzabi great. His range, like, I can't get over his range. I can't say it enough how amazing his range attack is. If you roll for the high new banner, you probably have at least one dupe or higher. I entered that banner with one dupe, I believe, and came out with a fully duped Salzabi, and he's amazing. He's helped my ass with the charge counterattack, eternal road missions. So yeah, incredibly good unit, especially for the missions at the moment. Like I said, you can put Zeta there if you want, or higher. I don't care, whatever you want. But I just believe his versatility is a lot better. Like, everything he does is really amazing. His double chance step and all that. Sometimes there is more important stuff than just doing big boom boom damage. You need to get there to do that big boom boom damage. Sometimes I feel like the Zeta can't really do that with his only one chance step. And the Salzabi at the moment just feels overall amazing, especially with his support. And even with the new free-to-play charge counterattack units, he can work really well with them as well. A little bit of a spoiler for number 1, since when I scroll it like double does it. But Strike Freedom number 2. I know Zeta does more damage than him. I know, but like I said, there's more to life than just damage. You know, sometimes you gotta take a hit. That one Rambo quote. But jokes aside, his pilot is amazing. His skills are amazing. Strike free. I feel like not a lot of people really know how great this unit is, just because he was limited and he's been gone since May. He hasn't come back since. But either way, if you do have him and then Zeta and all that, you're obviously gonna know that Zeta over damages him, 0 dupe or not. But his versatility is amazing. The 5 range, the 4 range Dragoon attack. He basically has a little something for everybody, every enemy. His energy is really good, saving his energy and all that. I usually never run out of energy with this guy. This guy can like solo hordes of enemies sometimes when he's not like catched off guard. He saved my ass during the Eternal Road Pro Tag and the Seed and Alternative series. So he's really, really amazing. Like I said, I know the Zeta out damages him, but I love versatility and chance steps more than that. So really amazing unit. Like I said, you can move the Zeta higher if you want. I personally would not say that at all. And then number 1 is a Hainu. Yeah, if you have this unit, you know how dummy thick he is. It's not even a competition. You are huffing some sign of Zetas if you think that it's better than this unit. This unit is basically the cream of the crop. There is no topping it at the moment. Extra range up, MP up in the beginning, amazing damage. Like, what more is there to say? Double chance step, basically the Strike Freedom on crack, or slightly better. He's just amazing. There is no debating that. He still does amazing damage. I don't know if the Zeta out damages him, 0 duped and all that, probably, but this guy is just too amazing. He does everything. Hell, even his EX attack, if the further away you are, I think it's like 20% extra damage, which is basically just Strike Freedom Kira's, but better in every way. But yeah, his pilot is amazing. He is amazing. There is no doubt in my mind about that. I think he is number 1. And I don't even have him. I've seen videos of him 0 duped, fully duped. He's amazing. He's just top tier. But yeah, that is the tier list. Let me know your opinions. I'm ready. My body's ready to face your opinions, whoever comments. I haven't uploaded in a week, so maybe the channel's already dead. Who knows? But we'll go over the tier list real fast and then we'll wrap it up there. Alright, favorite part of the video. let's get ready. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Is the music still playing? It was just about to end. But, alright. 3, 2, 1. 24 Death Scythe, 23 Gundam, 22 Build Strike, 21 Phoenix, 20 Unicorn, 19 Crossbone, 18 DL, 17 Justice, 16 GPO2, 15 Narrative, 14 Barbados, 13 Striker, 12 Charzaku the Origin, 11 Exia, 10 Easy 8, 9 Lishion, 8 Freedom, 7 Aerial, 6 New, 5 Zeta, 4 Impulse, 3 Cells of E, 2 Strike Freedom, and 1 High New Gundam. So that is basically my tier list. Let me know your opinions. Again, like I said, I don't know, I'm a big fat doo-doo head. I don't know how to play the game and all that, but yeah, let me know. I would like to hear your opinions, constructive hopefully, but other than that, I think that is about it. Is there any more to say? Not sure when I'll be uploading again. Who knows? It's something, but yeah, I'll see if there's a summon video for the Thunderbolt. I really doubt it. I have no gems just because I've been rolling for the high news. Still don't have it, but yeah, we'll see. We shall see. But other than that, I think that is about it. And take care, guys.